YouTube viewers. Here we are at the first, well, this is sort of like our first video because like we're recording this one right now, but knowing us, we're not quite sure what order these videos are going to be uploaded. So for right now, this is the first unofficial video of our semi-new YouTube channel. Please excuse the crudity of this video because sadly, unlike most internet reviewers, we don't have a budget nor a fan base right now, so until we get those things, just put up with it for now. And I am still Alan. This is Josh.
Josh. Thank you for introducing me.
You're welcome, good sir.
Thank you.
So, we're going to change things up a little bit because, you know, certain YouTube reviewers have their midnight review specials. We're doing the 7 o'clock premiere specials, right, Josh?
It's 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So 3 hours beyond.
Yep. And
or 5 hours, sorry.
well, 5, 3. Depends on where you are in relation to us on the hemisphere. It's like I always say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's see if you can figure out what movie we're going to be talking about tonight.
Bad Max, Fury Road.
No. It's Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Yes.
That was an awesome movie.
Oh yeah, it was badass. Seriously though, really, if you haven't yet, see Mad Max. But in all seriousness, we're going to be talking about Jurassic World.
I almost said party.
Believe me, I've been slipping like that all week. So, before we actually see the movie, any early thoughts?
Well, I'm looking for something that's going to, like, you know, bring me back to the old days. Like, I don't know anything about this movie. I mean, like, I saw the trailer and everything, but I didn't read up on it. I didn't want to have anything spoiled because the Avengers and stuff that you know about that crap years in advance.
Yeah.
With Jurassic Park, I didn't want to see anything because I wanted to feel like I was a 10-year-old boy again, watching Jurassic Park for the first time, knowing nothing. There was no internet, there was no spoilers. What you saw was the trailer. If you were lucky to see that, because there were some times where your parents couldn't afford to bring you to a movie, so you thought it was probably your first movie you saw.
Yep.
And I want that classic suspense moment. I want a little bit of awe. It's cool to see people there at the park. The park is open.
Oh yeah.
You'll probably see some people who are actually in awe. With the sequels, you didn't get that awe-factoring wonder because they already knew about dinosaurs. It was it was no big deal to them. I want to see people who feel like me, like I've never seen a dinosaur in my life. If I went to Jurassic World, I want them to be the face for me.
Yeah.
That's what I hope to see. I would hope to see some action. I hope to see a good story, and I hope to see some cool-ass dinosaurs.
I would agree with you, man, and you know, I'm definitely reasonably sure we're going to see some cool-ass dinosaurs, and one thing I'm afraid of, because semi-spoilery, but at the point when you're watching this video, you've probably already seen the movie, but you know how they're going to be introducing this new hybrid as, you know, the new dinosaur of Jurassic Park. You know, I hope they don't try to make her a focal. You know, that was one of the biggest criticisms that, you know, I and everybody had about Jurassic Park 3 was, you know, it took the T-Rex and be like, yeah, remember how awesome you thought the T-Rex was? Well, boom, you're going to like the Spinosaurus now.
Yeah.
Now, I really hope this isn't what they do with the new hybrid, which I believe is called the Indominus Rex or the I-Rex or something like that. And, but I am really looking forward to see, you know, one thing especially, you know, ever since I was a kid, you know, I was, you know, dreaming about, you know, visiting Jurassic Park. You know, what would it have been like if, you know, Nedry never sabotaged the park like he did, and Jurassic Park actually made it? You know, when it opened, would it succeed? Would it be, you know, a thing? And, like, I think this movie, you know, it answers that question. And, you know, let's be real here. Obviously, shit's going to go down at some point, and there's a part of me that, you know, wishes that shit didn't have to go down. I mean, wouldn't it be cool to just spend like a whole movie, you know, just experiencing all the wonder and everything that Jurassic World has to offer, you know, and just kind of like, you know, experience things from, you know, a first-time viewer, you know, actually see these dinosaurs. And I've read a lot of reports that, you know, the sequels are going to be ignored, you know, but recently I believe the director has come forward and he said, well, the sequels aren't necessarily not going to happen. You know, there's still continuity. It's just that, you know, they're kind of being pushed aside right now because the main focus is obviously
to tell a whole new story. Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm sure that Masrani Corp knows about Isla Sorna. And, I mean, the T-Rex incident back in '97, you know, people are going to know about that because, you know, things like that would have to have made news. And obviously, the Pteranodons escaping at the end of Jurassic Park 3, I'm sure stuff like that has made the news. Now, I'm hoping there'll still be, like, mentions here and there. Well, obviously they're not going to be, the main thing. I mean, you're not going to have people talking about, like, hey, remember when that kid was stranded on East Persona for 8 weeks? I'm not expecting anything like that. But, at least if you just, like, in the background, at least have a, something that mentions East Persona or something to that effect, I'll be okay with that. Just know that Sona is still around, but I'm not expecting it. It would be nice. And another thing, like we talked about, the sense of wonder, I'm sure we'll get plenty of that. And, in terms of cameos, the only original character we're getting human-wise is going to be Dr. Wu. It'll be cool to see him. And I'm kind of questioning his business ethics too. Because remember, the hybrid was his idea. And that ties to, like, how close him and Mr. Masrani, involved in things. And it kind of makes me wonder, they're going to unveil the IREX. That's going to be the big thing. And I don't know if the leaked brochure that I read has anything bearings on the movie. Like, we're actually going to see any of that in the movie. But, there's been maybe when it was on that one, and I remind people, neither were the Raptors. And they're obviously a part of the movie. And, the T-Rex, some people might know, is actually going to be the original T-Rex from the first movie. And I'm not quite sure how much of her we're going to see, but hopefully, damn it, if she does go against the Raptors or the I-Rex, please don't kill her off. Please don't make that mistake. Give her her moment to come out on top again, because that was one of the greatest moments in the first Jurassic Park movie. And I have a feeling that, this director, he's not going to disrespect that. He's as much of a fan as we are. He knows what's at stake here. And hopefully we see some form of a cameo by good old Mr. DNA too. That would kind of be awesome.
Yeah.
Because, his moment still made a big impact on the first movie. So, that's really all I can think of off the top of my head right now. We'll get back to you in a few short moments when our other buddy Mike shows up and he'll share some of his thoughts. And till then, folks, see you at the movies.